to Allotment Life. Thanks for joining me for another weekly vlog. It's a warm day. Let's go and get unlocked and get started. It's an exciting moment. It's time to pick the asparagus. They are finally growing. The plan is to just use some scissors and snip them off, like so. Fantastic. Let's keep going and see how many we can get. Wow, that's a nice tall one. This one's a really thin one in comparison, but I'm still going to pick it. There we go, that's our first asparagus harvest. Wow, I'm really pleased with that. Fantastic. Today on the plot, it's time to get the dahlias out of storage and get them into some pots. The dahlias were packed away in this cardboard box over winter. Let's open it up and see if they survived. They were tucked in under straw, so I think they'll be okay. Let's have a look. There's the first one. Some smaller ones and lots of extra bits. If there are any that have gone mouldy, like I think this one, oh, it isn't soft. I'll check. I'll remove any mouldy ones and then place them in the pots. I like to start them in pots so that I can keep them in the greenhouse for a while and give them a good start before putting them outside. These are the pots that I've got to use, nice big ones. I start by putting stones in the bottom of the pots to help with drainage, then some old used compost before putting in the dahlia, and on top of that some fresh compost. Let's get started. That's the first one done. I'm just going to repeat the process with the remaining dahlias. Remember that this is just how I'm choosing to do it. However, it's not how to, and I'm sure there are lots of different ways to do this as well. Some of these have stored a lot better than others. This is a really good one. I've also got lots of individual ones. I don't know if anything will come of them, but I'm going to put them in the tubs anyway because I've got nothing to lose. Oh, this one's going to grow. I can already see little shoots starting. But I'm most pleased with this one. The dahlias are in, and that's a good job done. All of the straw I will be saving and reusing on the strawberries in a month or two. Speaking of strawberries, you may remember that I covered one row of strawberries with this little fleecy tunnel. Let's take that off now and have a look at them. Now this is really interesting. If I stand end on here, you can see that the ones that were under the fleecy tunnel and given the additional warmth are bigger than the ones that were just left outside. Look at that one. That's brilliant. And these ones over this side, slightly smaller. They've got lots of lovely flowers on. which is a good sign for a great harvest of strawberries again this year. The idea in doing that was to hopefully bring on some earlier than the others so that I don't get a huge glut of strawberries at the same time. I might be able to delay it and spread it out over a couple of weeks at least. Back down to the dahlias and the chaos that I have left. You can tell that I've been around. Oh dear. The dahlias look great though, but now it's time to tidy up. Also, never throw away your used compost. There's always a use for it. In this really large pot, I've put 4 separate tubers. I don't know if you're supposed to do that or not, but let's give it a go. I also ended up using just some random pots for the last few because that's what I had. I've put in all of the new ones that I bought recently at B&M, as well as all of last year's ones. My favourite little helper's just come out. Bentley! Hello! How are you, Bentley? That's Bentley, and he's my allotment neighbour's dog, and in the summer or in the good weather he's out here all the time. He loves it at the allotment, so you'll probably get to see a lot more of him now that the weather's improving. Come on! Good boy! Good boy! The dahlias are in and in the greenhouse. I'm now going to water them. We have a communal water tank here, connected to the mains, and this is what you use if your water butts are empty. Whilst I'm on the watering, I may as well do all of my sunflowers that are out here, my peas and beans. Look how strong these cobra beans are looking. They're great. Let's give them all a little water. The sunflowers have got to learn to withstand a little bit of pressure from rain, because when we get some heavy downpours or showers and they're outside, they need to be strong enough to cope with it all. Okay, they can go back in the greenhouse for the night. I feel like I've managed to get quite a big job done there by sorting out all of the dahlias and getting them in pots ready for this year. Everything's back in the greenhouse for the night. We've got the potatoes, the seedlings and the dahlias down there. Last night my neighbour very kindly chucked a layer of bubble wrap over the seedlings because it was forecast to go down to 2 degrees. But tonight it's only going down to 7, so I think they'll be okay without bubble wrap. Let's go and put the other ones away for the night. All done for another day. Thank you all so much for watching. The wildlife camera footage is coming up next, and I'll see you again next Friday.